Hi everybody, this is Lorraine Tierney with Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I'm having a bit of technical difficulty this morning, so if I sound a little out of breath or a little rushed, it's because I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. My camera's shaking, but here I am, and we're going to get started making the card that we made at the Zoom class last evening. Just trying to see how I'm doing in the camera here. Let me get this adjusted a little bit so that you can see. There we go. All right, so this is the card I made last night. It's called a pointed, I think it was a pointed pocket card because you could make it have a pocket in the top here, but I adapted it so that it was just a flat card. I didn't like the bulk that the pocket added. So this is the one I made last night. I got a little something in here. These adhesive erasers that you can get from Amazon work wonders. Just got rid of all that little bit of stuff in there. Here's another version I made with, and this is the In Symmetry stamp set and papers. This is with hand-penned papers and the Art Gallery stamp set. And the same with this one, hand-penned and the Art Gallery. I didn't pop this one up on a circle, and I like it much better popped up on a circle. So you'll see here on this one that there's a circle, and the one we're going to make today also has a circle. When we're done today, I will put all the card measurements in the description of the video. I'll give them quickly now, but they will be there later, and I'm a little behind on my blog posts with the different classes, but I'll be catching up. And my blog is at chatandcraftwithlorraine.com, and you can see lots of different layouts there and lots of different things that I made. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'd love to help you make cards at home. So here's what we're going to do today. We need a card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. We'll fold that in half. We have a piece of 5 1/4 inch by 4 basic white, and that's gonna be in the inside of the card when it's time. We have a piece of 1 3/8 by 5 1/4 inch paper, and make sure if your paper has a pattern that goes in one direction that you cut it the correct way. Then you need a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of DSP that you like both sides of, because you're going to see both sides of this. This pattern is one side and this is the other. Okay, so we're going to start by and then I had the second largest scalloped circle and the second largest just regular circle, and they layer, and I've already done my stamping on that, and I used the Tidings and Trimmings stamp set. This DSP is from the pack of free DSP that you get with a celebration item for a $50 order. You can pick this pack of paper free, and it's got reds and greens and lots of Christmas patterns. Okay. So we're going to start with our folded card base, and I'm going to put it with the fold on the left. I'm going to put it in my trimmer, and I have it at the 1 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to use my pencil to put a mark in the cutting channel at the top and in the cutting channel at the bottom. Okay, I want to be able to see those pencil marks. I don't think you'll be able to see them too well, but they're there. And then I'm going to turn it so that the folded, or the opening, is at the top, and I'm going to mark 2 3/4, which is the midpoint of the 5 1/2 inch side. Okay, So now it's important you open this up because we're going to cut, and we only want to cut through one layer of the card. So we're going to cut from this midpoint here to this mark here. So I just put both points into my cutting channel, and then I'm going to cut that off. And we won't need this, but it's a cute piece you can save for something else. And now we're going to do it the other way. I have my pencil mark there and my pencil mark there, and we're going to cut that triangle off. So now we have the pointed front that we need, and you can go ahead and erase your little pencil marks. There you go. Okay, so then we have just a little bit more cutting to do, and we can start the assembly. So it's probably best for this square piece of paper that it doesn't have a directional pattern, because we're going to use it actually on the diagonal here, and then the back will be cut also. So a true up and down or one way only pattern might be a little bit hard to deal with. So we're going to put this square, again it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We're going to put opposite points in that cutting channel, and I'm going to start cutting in the middle so that I don't mash those points. I'll go up and then I'll come back down. Okay, and so this piece will eventually go right there, but the other half of your triangle we're going to cut again. So put the long edge up at the top and the point in your channel once again, and I'm going to start in the middle once again so I don't mash that point, and I'm just going to cut that in half. And these will get flipped over, and they'll be my triangle pieces on the bottom. Okay, so let's start, well, we'll start with this whisper white, basic white piece and the 2 triangles. I find it easier to put this piece inside the card first, but it doesn't, it's really personal preference. So I'm going to put that centered as best I can inside the card. And I like the liquid glue, the multi-purpose Tombow, because it does give you a little wiggle room to make sure you're hiding your edges here. And I'm going to put, I'll slide that down just a bit. Okay, I'm going to put one on that side, and I'll put one triangle on the other side. There you go. And they meet in the middle. Okay? So that's the inside of the card, and then those triangles line up very nicely. You don't see any little bits of white there. It's covered very well. I'm going to, I don't have my bone folder here. I'm going to put this triangle on next. This is going to go right here. Don't get mixed up and glue the wrong side of the paper. You can guess how I know that that's a possibility. And so I'm just going to leave a small border and put that on the front. I love this red paper with the early espresso and the Sahara sand. Now this does not look like it was cut right because I have a very little border there. So I'm going to check this piece. It should be 1 3/8. It's not really 1 3/8. So let me cut that again. Should be 1 3/8 by 5 1/4. And I think that little bit is going to make the difference that we need. There you go. I like that much better. And that will give me a little border around that. I'm not seeing any comments today, so I don't know if people have any questions. If you are asking questions, I will answer them later. Like I said, I was having some technical difficulties this morning with Facebook. Okay, so that's the basis of the card. Then, like I said, I used the second largest scalloped circle and the second largest regular circle from the layering circle dies. And I'm going to glue these two together. I stamped my sentiment first in real red, and then I used the star from this set. There's my sentiment. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Then I used the star in Sahara Sand because that's the color of this, and I stamped off once each time and then stamped some stars in the background. It looked a little bit too stark to me. So I'm going to put this on the front. I don't think I'm going to pop it up because I'm thinking about adding a ribbon as we speak. So let's see how that might look. I use a little bow maker. I think it's probably considered cheating. Let's see if I can find scissors. Here they are. This is the early espresso, like the, I think it's faux suede ribbon. I'm going to go one bigger again. And I'm just going to tie a bow here. And then make a little ribbon, make a bow. There we go. And I'll cut the ends off. And oh, my glue dots are missing. Where, oh, where could my glue dots be? Well, I'm going to steal a glue dot from something else right here. I had a glue dot waiting to be used on a different project. So I'm going to steal that. I'm putting that on the back of my bow. And I'm going to add, oh, it's not going to, I've lost it. It's fallen off. Well, let's put this on, and then I'll show you where I would put the glue if I could find a glue dot. They're probably on a different table. Oh, I have another trick for you. How you can make a glue dot, just in case. I'm going to take a little piece of my tear and tape, just a tiny piece. I'm going to put it on my finger and try to get the release paper off right here. And then I'm going to roll that a little bit and make kind of a glue dot. And see if that will hold my ribbon. How's that for a glue dot hack? There you go. So there's a little ribbon on there. I don't like when my bows are too flat. I suppose they get flattened out in the envelope as well. But there you go. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I could probably add a little bit of bling. Whoops, I'm up too high. I'm sorry. You can't see that. But there is the card. So I hope that you like that. It's a pretty quick and easy card. I think it makes a cute Christmas card with just a little bit of a surprise as you open it up. I could put a sentiment on the inside. Something like, what's this one say? Wishing you a joyful Christmas and a happy New Year. I'll go ahead and do that in the real red. And then when Christmas comes, this will be ready to go. Okay. It's kind of hard to get this straight without getting in the way of the camera, but I'll do my best. There you go. Wishing you a joyful Christmas and a happy New Year. So there you have it. I hope you like this pointed arrow fold, and if you have any questions, please type them into the comments and I will answer them as soon as I'm done. I will also add all of the dimensions. Have a great day and happy crafting. Bye-bye.